it is Susie and welcome back to the channel. I hope everybody is doing well. I have some fun little laminate I want to show you today that I've done, and I'm going to show you how to laminate without a machine. So this is just a fun little journal. I do have a laminator, but I wanted to play around just a little bit and make a little laminate journal. It's just little, it's not big. Here is the back side. This is the journal boat, from the journal boat. It is the flower market. And it's just a fun, small journal. But when I was making it, I thought that you could probably laminate these without the laminator machine. And so I did try it, and it does work. So I thought I would just do a little quick tutorial there on how to do it without, if you don't have a laminator and you want to laminate. So I even laminated the little envelopes here. I thought that would be fun, so I just gave it a try, and they came out fine. I did put a couple little staples in the back side. I'll show you on the other envelope. There's a couple little tags. This is laminated, and I actually stitched on this and then laminated it. So, but this is a great little one-time event journal, or maybe one season, you know, if you did like a season, it would be kind of a fun little journal. And then I used the Tim Holtz little tiny attacher, so it's just the little staples there just to make sure. Now Fabri-Tac is what I used to hold it down. And it did pretty good. I mean, it was held. I just wanted to kind of reinforce it a little bit. So that is why I decided to staple it. It wasn't coming loose or anything. I just thought it would probably be better to kind of reinforce it, since it is kind of laminated. And there is the journal. So, and then I just used some twine, just little different twine there, two different kinds to kind of tie it up. So there is that. And then I made this little one, and I actually made two. And this one here, the other one, I will have it the fold on this side, where you'll open it on this side. But this one, I kind of already had it laminated there before I realized I should have had the extra on the other side. So anyway, just put a couple of little sheets of papers in there and just made a fun little, and this one here I did not print on the back side. So, but anyway, I wanted to show you really quick how easy it is to do this, and you'll need an iron to do it. You got to have a heat source, and so I'm just using the iron. I've just got some parchment paper here that I'm going to kind of use. Okay, so what I want to do, and oh well, I may not use it on the bottom because I'm a little worried about that crease. I'll probably just use it on the top. So the laminated sheets are the Scotch thermal laminating. It says pouches. The 3 milliliter there, or I guess that's what that's supposed to be. The 3 mil. And these are the 8.9 by 11.4, so it's right at 8.5 by 11, just a little bit bigger. 11 1/4, I think, is what it would end up being on a little over 8.5. 8 3/4. So what you want to do is you want to just find your, there we go, find your bend here. Now in order to do your cover, you kind of have to decide. And I'm actually going to use the lines on, this is a little quilter's cut and press. I got this at Walmart a long time ago. This is actually what I iron my copper dyed peepers on. I use this to iron. But I'm going to use the lines here. I'm going to try to get my little laminate sheet straight. And that way I have my, my paper straight and lined up. So I have about an inch on the end there. And then I'm going to give myself about, I think, let's see, I may go with a little more than an inch there. I'm going to, no, you know what, I'm going to give it an inch because I wanted a little bit more. On my other one I had a little more towards where the binding was, where my crease was, and I actually wanted a little bit more than that. So I'm going to have about an inch on the outer side here of my laminate sheet. I'm going to put this, and this has to be my cover. I'm really going backwards. This has to be my cover, whatever you want your cover to be, because when it folds, yeah, you want your cover on the right side. So I'm going to give it a little more than an inch for my center here. So then all you'll have to do is, and I'm not worried about how much is above or below, long as you have, you know, a good amount, you know, because you're just going to cut part of it off anyway. All right. Okay, so I got plenty of space in my center. I've got at least an inch on that side, and I'll have an inch on that side. All right, looks good. I've got plenty in the middle. Now, if I can get this. Okay, it don't look like it moved too much, and I just kind of press it down good. All right, then I'm just going to grab my sheet here. Now, on your iron, you do not want it hot. It actually needs to be on a lower temp. This is just a Black & Decker. This is just a cheap one from Walmart. And I have it between the 2 and the 3. I'm going to put it more on the 2. But if you put it on a hot setting, it will just curl your laminate sheet up. So it has to be just a warm iron. Otherwise, you're just going to have it buckled. Now, on these, it's not as nice and clear. It will have some air, or at least it did on the first ones I did. It will have some air kind of pockets that kind of just discolor a little bit. So I'm just going to make sure that it's good and stuck. Okay, let's see what it, yeah. And so it is warm to the touch. And I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see the little, it's like little pockets. And that's okay with me. I mean, if you don't have a laminator, this is just the next best thing. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my iron on this one more time, just right around here. It looks like it's all sealed, but because I'm going to be cutting it, I want to make sure. So I'm just going to go one more time. All right. And I think that will work. And then we will do just a few tags here, and then we'll cut these down. So here's my, I'm going to find my, okay, there's my little bend. I'm going to kind of straighten up my thing there. And I'm just going to put, now these I did on both of these. I did do the back with a print on the back, so that way we're just a little bit nicer on the back side, since you really can't journal. Okay. I'll try to press it down a little bit before I grab your parchment paper. Just make sure you're catching all of your laminate sheet. Alright, here we are, and it's nice and warm to the touch, but it looks like it's all cotton sealed, so yep, I might go one more time a little here where I might have missed it, it feels like. Okay. Yeah, it feels like it's got a little air pocket in it. I'm not sure why it would have it, but alright, so there is our, so let me clear this off, and we're just going to cut these out. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cut our cover down. And I think what I want to do is go this away first, and I'm going to put this on the, let's see, I think I'll put this on 1 1/4 for the bottom. Okay, and I know it's hard to see what you're cutting off. And then I'm going to go this way, and what I'm measuring is this. I'm going to put it at 1 1/4, so I have the same amount on the top as I do the bottom. Okay. Alright, and I had 1 inch is what I should have had here. Yep, is 1 inch. So I'm going to flip it, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to move this over to the inch mark and cut that off. Okay. Okay, so now we're just going to take it, and we're going to kind of bend it in half here. And it looks like I'm off a little bit. I want to make sure that these are even, so that, okay. Alright, so there is that. So we have a nice transparent little cover, and I'm going to round the corners on the plastic there. Okay, I'm just going to use my crocodile here, the corner chomper, and I'm just going to get them both together and do them at once. I'm going to use the 1/4 inch side, and it cuts it really pretty good. It'll cut those corners really good. Okay, so I've rounded the corners there on both sides, and there is your cover. And then what I do in order to make my pamphlet stitch is I just take now a Sharpie marker, and what I do is I just come in and I measure. I don't worry about doing it, you know, exact to the same measurement. I just kind of eyeball it, and then just kind of eyeball your center. And then what I'll do, of course, I'll have to use my the one that goes way in, your, what do they call it? Oh, the big one. What do they call this thing? Well, I can't remember, but it's the big one. And anyway, I put the small hole in it, and I just try to hit my markings is what I do, and that will rub right off is what it'll do. And I just, that way I for sure, because it's really hard to see this when you've laid it down. It's just really hard to see, or it is for me anyway. So I just kind of lay it down and mark it and then cut it. So there is the cover. It's that easy. And if I was going to do any stitching though, I would do it before I laminated it. I'm not sure how this laminate runs through your sewing machine. So, and then as far as our little tags here, I just hand cut them is what I will do. And I'll probably just go a little bit here on the outside of the edge. And that iron works perfect. So the only difference that I see is that you have that little bit of cloudiness where you don't, or the little pockets kind of, that you don't have when you run it through your laminate machine. So, but it looks like it's getting caught even on this tag. It looks nice and caught. So there we are. So anyway, just a quick, easy tutorial, and I'm sure that this has been done before. I'm sure that I'm not the first person to figure that out, but it's just an easy way to laminate if that's what you want to do without spending the money on the machine. You know, just get your laminating pouches, or, you know, pockets or pouches, sheets, and get your iron out. So there's our tags. All right, I hope that everybody enjoyed this little tutorial, and I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.